Let's jump right in. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a literal game changer, an essential guide on how to secure free legal aid right here in the state of Minnesota. We're going to cover exactly who qualifies, where you can turn, and how this whole system actually works.
But first, think about this for a second. Right now, there are so many Minnesotans navigating incredibly stressful, life-altering legal systems completely alone. And you know why? Simply because they have no idea this incredible safety net even exists. Thousands of people actually have access to free legal representation, but they just never apply for it.
Well, we don't want legal issues to become a nightmare for you or anyone you know. So today, we're demystifying the entire process together. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have an exact step-by-step roadmap to find the legal support you deserve or to help out a neighbor who's in a tough spot. Okay, here is our agenda for today. First up, civil legal issues. Second, who qualifies. Third, regional providers. Fourth, specialized clinics. And finally, taking action. Let's do it.
Section 1. Civil legal issues and navigating the system.
We really need to get on the same page about what legal aid actually means, because making the wrong assumption here can set you back. The absolute keyword is civil. Civil legal aid is free legal assistance for matters totally outside of the criminal justice system. These amazing organizations exist specifically to help low-income individuals, seniors, and folks with disabilities handle everyday issues. If you're facing criminal charges, that's where a public defender comes in, not civil legal aid.
This breakdown really hits the nail on the head. Legal aid typically takes cases like tenant rights, fighting evictions, family law, wage theft, and public benefits issues, but they do not handle criminal defense, personal injury, medical malpractice, or general business litigation. Basically, if it's a lawsuit to make money, you'll need a private attorney. But if you're fighting to keep a roof over your head, legal aid is exactly who you need to call.
Section 2. Who qualifies? Let's talk about eligibility guidelines. Now, what's genuinely surprising here is that the financial math is way more accommodating than most people think. Looking at the 2026 Federal Poverty Guidelines, standard civil legal aid programs generally accept households earning up to 125% of the poverty line. To put that into perspective, for a single person, that's an annual income of up to about $19,950. For a family of 4, we're looking at $41,250. But wait, it gets better. Limits can actually go all the way up to 200% for specific programs, like the Minnesota Family Investment Program. That jumps the threshold to $66,000 for a family of 4.
And here is some absolutely fantastic news. You might not even have to do the math at all. Intake specialists look for something called presumptive financial eligibility. Basically, if you are already actively enrolled in public assistance programs, things like SNAP, SSI, medical assistance, or MFIP, you are presumptively considered to meet the income criteria. Boom. Done.
Oh, and this next point is huge. There are actually groups with 0 income limits. None at all. If you're 60 years of age or older, many regional providers will help you out regardless of what you make. Same goes for the Minnesota Disability Law Center. They serve individuals with physical or developmental disabilities statewide, completely independent of income guidelines. How amazing is that? It's also worth noting that some specialty organizations have their own unique thresholds. Take the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota, for example. They handle crucial things like asylum and employment authorizations, and they generously cap their eligibility at 187.5% of the federal poverty guideline. So the main takeaway here, please don't disqualify yourself. Always apply and let the intake specialist figure out your status.
Section 3. Regional providers. Finding local help.
So you know what cases they take and who's eligible. But where's your local office? Well, Minnesota's legal safety net is incredibly organized, divided right up into regions. Whether you're up north or down south, you've got a dedicated team. Mid-Minnesota Legal Aid covers 20 central counties, including Hennepin. SMRLS, or Southern Minnesota Regional Legal Services, handles 33 southern counties, including the East and South Twin Cities Metro. Justice North is your go-to for 31 northern and northwestern counties, stretching all the way from Duluth to Grand Rapids. And Central Minnesota Legal Services operates in key hubs like St. Cloud, Wilmar, and Minneapolis. Feeling overwhelmed by the map? Don't be. If you aren't sure which county belongs to which organization, you literally just need one phone number, 1-877-696-6529. That's 1-877-MYMN-LAW. It is the central statewide intake line. Just call it and they will route you directly to the right place. Super easy. Section 4, Specialized Clinics. These are your issue-specific resources. Beyond those regional hubs we just talked about, Minnesota has this incredible network of targeted clinics offering hyper-focused expertise. For instance, Cancer Legal Care provides free statewide help to folks facing a cancer diagnosis. They step in to fight the financial toxicity of medical debt and disability insurance appeals. There's also the Children's Law Center of Minnesota, fighting for foster youth aged 10 to 21. Plus, you've got the ICWA Law Center for American Indian families, the Minnesota Disability Law Center, and the Agricultural Worker Project. It's a truly comprehensive net.
Now, what if you don't need full-on representation? What if you're just sitting there thinking, I really just have one quick question? That is exactly where Minnesota Legal Advice Online comes in. It's a secure website where income-eligible folks can post a civil legal question 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A volunteer lawyer will review it and shoot you back some brief advice securely online.
Section 5, Taking Action and Next Steps.
All right, we've covered a ton of ground. You know the rules, you know the players. So how do you actually get the ball rolling? The process is refreshingly straightforward. First, just jump online and check your general eligibility based on your household size. Second, call that 1-877 intake line we mentioned or apply through lawhelpmn.org. Finally, you'll hop on a call with an intake specialist who will listen to your story and evaluate your case. And listen to this. The state is making this accessible for literally everyone. No internet access, no smart device, absolutely no problem. Minnesota has set up a whole network of legal kiosks right inside community centers and libraries. You can walk right up, safely apply, and access all these resources completely for free.
Quick heads up before we wrap things up, while this explainer is packed with valuable educational information about how the legal aid system works, it does not constitute legal advice. We absolutely want to empower you with this structural knowledge, but for sure, always speak directly to an attorney about your specific legal situation. Which brings us to our final question for you. What step will you take today? The long-term benefits of getting professional legal help are massive. Honestly, it's the difference between finding a fair resolution and being taken advantage of. Knowing your rights is true power. But it makes you wonder, how many other unseen safety nets exist in our justice system just waiting to be uncovered? Take that first step today. Head over to lawhelpmn.org and please share this explainer with someone in your community who might need it. Thanks so much for exploring this with us.